Yankees WFAN color commentator Suzyn Waldman has been an influential figure in sports broadcasting for decades. This week, she chatted with New York Post sports columnist Steve Serby for his weekly Q&A. Steve Serby joins me now for Sundays with Serby. Steve, how are you doing this Sunday?
Oh, my goodness gracious. That's Dexter Henry in the SNY booth.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Very fitting words when we're talking about Suzyn Waldman for sure. And Steve had a great Q&A with Suzyn Waldman, which I encourage everybody to check out. But we're going to talk about that. Steve, you spoke with Suzyn, who's been working as a reporter and broadcaster for a very long time in an industry that is dominated by men. And over the years, she's received criticism that at times has been sexist. So how has she dealt with the criticism throughout her career?
Well, as you said, the first obstacle in 1987 was women in the locker room. And it was so bad for Suzyn Waldman that the reporters who covered the Yankees that year and in any team would not talk to her. They would freeze her out. And that wasn't the only obstacle that she had to overcome. She had breast cancer in 1996. She wore a wig for the whole year. She didn't miss, I think she missed one day. And then after that, there were death threats. She was just a young girl from Boston who dreamed of a Broadway career, who later on wanted to talk sports. That's all she wanted to do. And she couldn't understand, while there were people that objected to her and called her a moron. When Roger Clemens appeared in George Steinbrenner's box, that's when she came out with, oh, my goodness gracious, there's Roger Clemens in George Steinbrenner's box. And she got barraged with hate. Unprofessional. That's not the way we do things. But the only reason, in her view, that she was criticized was not for her work, but because she was a woman. And that's a shame. But George Steinbrenner appreciated and believed in her courage, her knowledge, and her passion. And she's forever grateful for him for that.
And we should be for her. As all sports journalists, and Steve, you're absolutely right. There was no place for that in the press box and no place for that in sports journalism. So glad you were able to talk to her about that. But as long as she's worked in the New York market that a lot of us has known, she's been a color commentator for the Yankees, and I personally view her as a trailblazer and inspiration for young women who want to pursue a career in sports broadcasting, Steve. But does she see herself as inspiring the next generation of female broadcasters?
Well, I think she's proud of what she's accomplished and what she stands for. She is a trailblazer. She is a pioneer. She's a little embarrassed by such talk, but whenever a young girl sees and hears her, they know it's possible for them too. And she is met all the time by young women in the industry or young children who tell her what she has meant to them and for them. And she joked years from now on her tombstone, she would have written, "She succeeded when she shouldn't have," but she's made a mark. That's all she wanted to do, was make a mark. And she certainly has, and she's become a New York sports treasure.
Absolutely, she has made her mark. It's our mark that we are at the end of Sundays with Serby, and oh my goodness gracious, Steve did not have a prop or anybody hiding in the video today. I thought you were going to bring Suzyn out. I thought that might happen, Steve.
Hey, Dex, I'll handle the humor, okay? Let me take care of the humor.
There you go. That's not my strong.
Stick to the script, Dex.
Stick to the script. You're right. That's not
You're
my
brilliant. You're brilliant when you don't venture out into other fields like humor.
There you go. Steve might be boxing me in a little bit, but he's right. I shouldn't venture into that. That is
You're
Steve.
the best. You're the best.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You're the best. That is the great New York Post sports columnist, Steve Serby. Sundays with Serby. We do this every Sunday. Thank you, Steve. Great to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you, Dex.